Hello and welcome to Bob's Programming Academy. In this video, we present a portfolio website built using Django, Bootstrap 5 and Sass. Building an impressive portfolio is one of the best things you can do to land your first client as a freelance developer. A modern and elegant portfolio website allows you to showcase your projects and demonstrate your skills, experience, and services to potential clients. You can access this portfolio website in our GitHub repository. You can find the link in the description section below. This project is completely free. We are not charging anybody. All you need to do is clone our repository and you will have access to this project. We will first focus on how to install and set up this website template. Next, we will show you how you can use Django admin as a content management system and add your own content to this application. You can also find detailed instructions on how to install, set up, and customize this application in the project's GitHub repository. This is what the portfolio website looks like. At the very top, we have a header with a logo and a menu. Below the logo and menu, we have a hero section with an image, a short description, and 2 buttons. Next, we have the About section. In this section, you can introduce yourself, describe your skills and experience, and the services you offer your clients. This section is split into 3 columns. Next, we have the Project section. Each project includes an image, a project name, a description, tags, and a link to a GitHub repository that we can access by clicking the source code link. Finally, we have the Contact section. This portfolio website is fully responsive and it looks great on devices of all sizes. This is what the project looks like on an iPhone 12 Pro. This is an iPad mini. This is what the project looks like on an S Hub Max. Let's talk briefly about the tech stack we've selected for this project. Bootstrap is a free and open source front-end framework for faster and easier web development, and is a great choice when we want to quickly build responsive and mobile-friendly web applications. Bootstrap includes HTML and CSS-based design templates for a grid system, spacing, typography, and various components such as buttons, forms, tables, navigation, alerts, and so on. Bootstrap also includes JavaScript plugins that allow us to easily add to our websites modals, popovers, tooltips, off-canvas menus, toggle-able hidden elements, and more. JavaScript in Bootstrap is HTML first, which means that we can use JavaScript just by adding data attributes to our HTML elements, since nearly all of Bootstrap's JavaScript plugins include a data API. Sass is a style-sheet language that is compiled into CSS. Sass is very powerful, and it's a great way to customize Bootstrap, since Sass allows us to use variables, nested rows, mixins, functions, and more, all with a fully CSS-compatible syntax. In addition, Sass helps keep large style sheets well organized and makes it easy to share designs within and across projects. For the backend part of the application, we've decided to use Django. Django is a free and open source Python web framework. With Django, we also get access to a built-in admin interface that provides a visual way to make changes to our data, such as adding, updating, and deleting objects. Django admin can even be used as a content management system similar to WordPress. That way, we can avoid updating the source code of our enterprise website when, for example, we want to add a new product to our product list or edit our contact information. To get access to this project, go to the project's GitHub repository. You can find the link in the description section below. Next, press the Download Zip button to download the code. Once you have downloaded and unzipped the project, open it in Visual Studio Code or some other code editor of your choice. Before we start, make sure that you have all the required prerequisites installed on your machine. The prerequisites for this project are Python, Node.js, and Visual Studio Code. Alternatively, you can use some other code editor. First, create a virtual environment in the root folder. To create a new virtual environment in Visual Studio Code, navigate to the menu on the top, click Terminal, and then select New Terminal. Next, run the command python -m venv. To use this new Python virtual environment, we have to activate it first. To do that, run the command on Mac source venv/bin/activate. On Windows, venv /scripts/activate. Next, install Python packages listed in the requirements.txt file that are required for the backend part of the app. Pip install -r requirements.txt. You also need to install all the dependencies required for the frontend part of the application. Run the command npm install. npm is a standard package manager for Node.js. It manages downloads of the dependencies for your project. The npm install command will install all packages required for the frontend part of our portfolio website. Run the command cd .dat. This command allows us to go one folder up to our root directory. Next, run migrations. Migrations are Django's way of propagating changes you make to your models into your database schema. It's a two-step process. First, run the command to create migrations. Python manage.py make migrations. To perform the migration, that is, to actually apply the changes to the underlying database, run the command python manage.py migrate. Django comes with a built-in admin interface, which is a great tool for managing all aspects of a Django project. We will use it here to add data to the database of our enterprise website. To use the Django admin, we first need to create a superuser who can log in. To create a superuser, run the command python manage.py create superuser. Next, type your username, email, and password. Then, retype the password to confirm it. Finally, we can run this project and see what it looks like. To start the application, from the root directory, run python manage.py run server. This command will start the Django development server on your local machine. The Django development server is a lightweight built-in server written in Python. It was created so that you can develop applications rapidly without having to deal with configuring a production server until you're ready for deployment. By default, the server runs on port 8000 on the IP address 127.0.0.1. 127.0.0.1 is the IP address for localhost, which is your local computer. The 8000 at the end tells you that Django is listening at port 8000 on your localhost. Go to http 127.0.0.1 port 8000 to view the application. Okay, so we can view the application, but there is no data. There is no hero section and there is no footer. The About, Projects, and Contact sections are all empty. To add data to this portfolio website, we will use Django admin. To access Django admin, go to http://127.0.0.1:8000/admin. Sign in using the admin username and password created a few minutes ago. First, we will add data to the hero section. Click the hero link and then click Add Hero. Enter a title, subtitle, description, and an image you want to have displayed in the hero section of the page. Click the Save button. We refresh the page and we now have the data in the hero section of the portfolio website. Next, we will add data to the footer section. In Django admin, click the footer link and then click Add Footer. In the copyright input field, enter your name, the name of your business, or some other text you would like to see displayed in the copyright section of the footer. In my case, it's Bob's Programming Academy. The word copyright and the current calendar year will be added automatically. Click the Save button. We refresh the page and we now have the data in the footer section of the portfolio website. Next, we will add data to the About section. In this section, you can introduce yourself, describe your skills and experience, and the services you offer your clients. This section is split into 3 columns. Click the About link and then click Add About. The title is Design. We also add the description. The front-end part of the application is designed in such a way that we can add here any material icon. To find an icon you want, go to https://fonts.google.com/icons. I am going to search for palette. Copy the icon's name and paste it to the icon input field in the Django admin. Next, click the Save and Add Another button. Click the Save button. We refresh the page and we now have the data in the About section of the website. Next, we will add data to the Project section. First, we need to add tags. In Django admin, click the Tags link and then click Add Tag. Next, click the Projects link and then click Add Project. Enter the name, description, and link to the first project. Next, select an image that shows the project. Finally, add tags that best describe the project. Click the Save and Add Another button. Enter the data of the second project. Click the Save and Add Another button. Enter the data of the third project. Click the Save button. We refresh the page and we now have the data in the Project section of the portfolio website. We can see the image, the name of the project, the description, and tags. We can also go to the GitHub repository of the project if we click the Source Code button. Next, we will add data to the Contact section. Here, we need to add our physical address, email, and phone number. We refresh the page, and now we have the data in the Contact section of the portfolio website. Okay, now we have the data in all sections of the portfolio website. You can also find detailed instructions on how to install, set up, and customize this application in the project's GitHub repository. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel so you can be notified whenever we post something new. It really helps with the algorithm to get our videos out there to more and more people so that we can continue making them. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.